Okay, so hello YouTube, my name is Vlad for iVlad.com, and this will be, I think, an interesting video. Now let me show you what I've actually done. This is the script I've made, which is used for installation of, well, miner. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, just maybe to change the resolution. Okay, fonts, something like this, whatever. So basically, enter password 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this thing will happen. You will be prompted for administrative rights, and Notepad will be opened. So username will be Vlad, for example. Password will be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And this is Zcash miner, which is the pool and the port, and this is actually a, well, help I've embedded, and this go to start actually goes to the end of the file, which starts system.exe. I will be explaining why system -u pool, and basically everything we have in here is a variable. So this is basically starts miner with some switches, obviously. Now, once that this thing is done, you have entered the password and saved the configuration file. Basically, all you need to do to start the miner is restart the computer. Now, I will be doing this. This is my virtual machine, so no, nothing will be actually done, but just to see. Okay. Whether it'll start or not. So we have here, this is the password for Windows. Now this might crash, yeah, it will crash because I haven't entered right parameters, but as you can see, no CMD was shown whatsoever. So basically the entire program started in the background. Now, just to show you, there is a folder called Vlad, which is actually my username. So if your username was, for example, John, folder called John would be created, and just to show you, there is a system.bat, and here it is the idea, and let's see why this thing crashes. Okay, so there you have it, worker not authorized, so that's why it crashes, but it, in general, it does start to mine, and it is completely hidden. Now, this is an installation script I've made, and basically after you delete this folder, everything is deleted. So I've kind of made installer/uninstaller for the mining script. Now, if you're let's just say somebody that has access to a lot of computers, you can use this script to install unattended version of miner. And basically all you need to do is enter a couple of parameters, and you can actually install miner in the background. Now let me show you the idea behind this. Okay, I will be going through this code, and I will be leaving in the description the entire source, so you can use it if you wish. Okay, so basically this is echo is off, and this is color. So first of all, there is a check, and it checks for these three archives. So obviously we need 7-zip because this is a file. We need 7-zip.exe and DLL in order to decompress this Z-Novat, which actually means Z-money, Zcash. So first of all, batch checks for the error. So if there is no error, it proceeds. So the next thing it checks is if it exists c/username, which is your user. For example, in this case, my username is Vlad /system.exe. Now, this miner is actually Claymore, but it's renamed to system.exe because when you start Task Manager, if you see some process called Claymore miner, you'll be probably asking questions, what the hell is Claymore miner? But If you have a system.exe, you will probably ignore it. Well, most of people would anyway. So the next thing we have is a check for system.exe, and if it does, okay, if it does, it goes to here. This means post.min it does. And previous version detected killing tasks, so it tries to kill the task in order for it to perform a clean update. And as you can see, it deletes the previous version of the entire folder. And if the username does not exist, if the system.exe does not exist, it goes straight to the installation, which is here. Does not exist. If it does exist while, and this is a counter, it tries to kill system.exe. If it succeeds, then it proceeds to nepostoy, which is in here, so it proceeds to normal installation. But if it fails, it echoes cannot kill process, please do it manually, and it starts explorer C username, which is now I don't have that folder, but just to show you, it will just open folder for you to be able to delete it. Anyway, after this check is done, it proceeds to the enter password. Nothing will be shown on screen, and basically the password is not prompted by this echo but by 7-zip because the Zcache or Znovats is compressed with a password, obviously, which in my case is 1234, and it will be extracted to folder C/username. Bigger than null means that nothing will be shown. So we have, the next thing we have is setting variables, which is this one. Now, if you start cmd, who am I, it's Vlad. But if you start cmd as an administrator, well, okay, in this case, both of us are administrators, but for example, if you have a domain, this will be a different user, and we want to be able to install this anywhere, obviously. So first of all, this line deletes system root /temp/miner, which is folder created uniquely, just so that you can export your username to variable. So for example, after this folder has been deleted, this folder has been created again, and it's echoed, your username is echoed to that folder /username. So for example, if I echo cmd post username is led to file username, file will be created. It's called Vlad. Just a second, and there you have it. And if you go, you will actually get that Vlad in here. So after creating that file inside this folder, this will be the only file that is inside that folder. So when I do dir/b, I will only get the result of my of that file, which is my username. So this echo adding miner to startup is now the second phase of the process. Now the first phase was as normal user, the second phase is as super user or as an administrator. So it's calling the elevator.batch, which is the batch file, and this and exits after it calls. Now this exit is actually not necessary, but it is there because if an error occurs, it is breakpoint. Okay, so in here, this is this first part, which if the error occurs and these three files do not exist, they will end up in here. So the next thing, I will be installing this, and okay, and I will be showing you the elevator.batch. Okay, just to save this. Okay. Now there is a folder created which is called Vlad, and we have elevator batch. Okay, now when I've opened this elevator batch file, which was called by install.bat, and this is basically generic code which you can actually find well, anywhere on the internet, which actually all up to here, which prompts for administrative rights, detects the CPU, and it does request administrative rights. I won't be explaining this because, well, you can actually Google for the explanation, but it's not actually that hard. So the next thing, when we have started this installation as a super user, we are going to that folder, and we are going to be doing dir/b, which now it outputs only the name of the single file which is in that folder, which is my username, my original username, and that username sets as a variable which is called global, which means global variable. I just called it for no particular reason whatsoever. Okay, now after this is echo detecting OS, which actually detects which version of operating system you have. Just to show you the idea, basically quite simple. Paste, I think, maybe this thing, and the version is 6.1, which is Windows 7. Okay, now if it detects Windows 10, it will go to Windows 10 and copy the shortcuts needed for it to work. If it detects Windows 7, it will go to Windows 7, so obviously. And now after the copying is done, it is going to the folder which is C globalna, which is which is my username on the C drive, obviously. And it will start Notepad and the system.batch. Now system.batch is a batch file with configuration for my miner, obviously, which is this configuration you get in the installation. Now I have also made a couple of shortcuts which I'll be showing you later on, but just to explain this until the end, after you save your username and your password, the next thing that happens is something like setting folder attributes, which means it makes this folder system and hidden, and afterwards it just cleans up, which is actually deletes the temporary folder called miner and everything that's inside. And the last thing you actually have in here is a ping, which is 6-second ping in order for this message to be shown. And basically that is it. del%0 deletes the this elevator.batch file. Okay, now just to show you one more thing, there is a shortcut called system, which is wscript, and it starts this pokreni.vbs, which means starts.visual basic script, and it starts this visual basic batch file. Now why is this crucial to the crucial to everything? It is because if you start system, you will get this CMD window, and you don't want this window to be shown. But if you start system, it will be started in the background and not visible to normal user, obviously. So that's why this shortcut is actually added to startup. So if there is startup, there is here system, which obviously now is not working because I don't have a valid user or valid Zcash wallet and whatnot, but I think you get the idea. Now this is a very sneaky script, obviously, and to some extent probably not legal. I mean, if you install it for yourself on your computer, yeah, but if you install it on a domain, then maybe not. Well, anyway, this was a quick tutorial on how to make a very sneaky script. I do hope you like this video. If you have any questions, please ask. If you have any comments, leave them. If you like this video, leave thumbs up. I will be posting this entire script as a downloadable link in the description. And well, basically that is it. Have a good day.